If you can break the walls of self, already infinite in time and space. So Casey already told us, really? He posits it, and then we believe it. So Casey says, don't believe Zen Master Soeng. Check it out for yourself. But then I have to ask, who's checking it out? And how am I going to check out something that I'm already creating when I hear the words? We can't see our own eyes. So really part of the teaching is don't believe your description of the experience. Believe the experience itself. When you smell smoke, boom, the smoke hits. You know it. Oftentimes we ignore it. And if we ignore the smell of smoke, it's very possible that the house will burn down. So pay attention. And maybe I'll finish this part with the teaching of Zen Master Bon Kai, the 17th century Japanese teacher, who practiced very hard, literally nailed himself shut in a shed so he could practice by himself and not be disturbed. When he came out, he said, you don't have to do all this. What I discovered was that's all unnecessary. The unborn Buddha mind is always functioning. He says, you're sitting here listening to me speak, and in the distance you hear a sound of a crow. As soon as you hear that sound, you know exactly what it is. The unborn Buddha mind is ready and available for what comes. It's my self-centeredness, my self-doubt, my confusion that block the functioning of that unborn Buddha mind. Same mind as when Zen Master Soeng talks about true nature. But again, Zen Master Soeng, really his language was Korean. And things get translated into English. And of course, he spoke English, and these were his words. But your true self makes us believe that I have some unique true self, rather than the experience of true self as nature, as including all the infinite things in their undifferentiated form. My mind separates cloud from mountain. My mind names it blue. One of the early Kongans, some of you have been working on it, some of you haven't heard it. After you learn basic before thinking, and that's what Casey's talking about. No I, no you, just this. Then we ask, we call this a glass, but it's not a glass. If you live in Italy, you don't call it a glass. If you live in China, you don't call it a glass. So if you call it a glass, I say you're attached to name and form. If you say it's not a glass, then I say you're attached to emptiness. Without being attached to name and form, and without being attached to emptiness, what is this? These questions help us break through our self-centered idea and bring us to the function of the universe. It's not my glass. It's not my true self. To study Buddhism is to study self. To study self is to forget the self. To forget the self is to be enlightened by the myriad things. No I, no you, not mine, not yours. If it's not mine and it's not yours, whose is it?